In game number 2 of this particular best of 5, spawning here towards the top left corner of the map. Didn't play mech like we expected him to, but it's going to be the guy nicknamed the Panzer General, none other than the purple Terran Goody.
In the bottom right says the red Zerg, it's Nerchio.
I don't feel like Nerchio did anything too crazy that game. He just played really well against somebody who I don't know, wasn't.
Yeah, that's the way to put it. As unfortunate it is for Goody, just did not look very strong, both as a bio player and just, I don't know, just, preparing for the match wise. Like, it's, I guess it's cool that he changed his style, you know, from mech to bio, but I was expecting maybe more of a Hellbat push or something. Really try and get that early edge. Being as turtly as that as a bio player just usually does not work out.
No, certainly not. It's again like one of those things where maybe the playstyle was wrong for him. Maybe it's way better here on Legacy of the Void. We just didn't get a good showing because of how good Nerchio himself is. Either way, Game 2 should give us a little bit more perspective on the way Goody's going to be handling this matchup, because something tells me, even though Zerg is like the reactive race, we'll see if it's actually Nerchio who's reacting or choosing the decisions.
Yeah, I have a feeling he's going to keep control of this game. Make Goody be the one to react. He's already kind of doing that, you know? Like, Goody is getting a command center on the high ground. He is that scared of a pull first, or the Ling's getting past his Reaper while it harasses in the main.
A little Reaper grenade going to go down. As you can see, it does disrupt the mining. It's quite irritating.
It's 2 drones. Almost. There you go.
Might even get a third. It's not quite done yet.
Oh, very nice. Totally unexpected, too. I mean, 1, sure. Even that's a mistake. But to get 3, almost 4, that's pretty bad.
Yeah, and it keeps the Reaper alive, so it'll be nice for any sort of pairing up with a counterattack. It'll also be something he can use with, you know, the push of what is usually Hellions, which we'll see if that's going to be the case. Yo, another cool Terran upgrade. Hashtag Rift Logic. What about the fusion core that made it so you get tech reactors, like you can in the single-player campaign?
Yeah, I think you've used this Rift Logic before.
I just think it'd be cool, man.
I honestly wouldn't mind it that much. Balance-wise, I'm not even sure it would affect it, because it would only be useful for transitioning, keeping pace with Zerg's tech transition. Yeah,
so you wouldn't have to build like 7 new tech labs, just because you wanted Marauders to deal with Ultras.
Yeah, and versus Protoss, I mean, you'd be able to switch between Marauders and Marines a little bit more. I mean, honestly, balance doesn't sound that bad.
You know, though, if we got something like that, that would be like every race crying bloody murder, though. Like, this is unfair, this is broken, we haven't played against it yet, but it's not cool.
It's okay, buddy. Yeah, I also thought that Warpers and pickup range was going to be OP, and picking up siege tanks are going to be OP. And look where we are now. They're kind of fit really well.
Well, I was going to say, just getting picked up can be pretty OP, though.
Okay, well, they can. But really, I think they're okay.
I always found the Warp Prism change to be quite interesting, because I guess they tried for a time to try and encourage people to use Warp Prism a little bit more. I don't think it really did, but it was a nice benefit for those trying to escape from Terran Vikings and whatnot.
Well, I feel like a lot of people have forgotten the 2 years that they used them, like, not at all, so there's that.
Well, we do have the tank drops coming up. We'll see just how much this can get done. Bets are closed, by the way, now, guys, and we got 8,640 bets on Goody. With, you want to guess how many for Nerchio?
20,000.
Warmer than your last guess for the previous bets, but 27,000 actually.
Oh.
So there you guys go. Looks like 20,072. Who cares about the 72?
No one cares. Well, we got the siege tank drops we were talking about earlier, as well as a marine push with a couple of tanks. Sometimes this really backfires. We saw someone else do it. I don't think it was Goody. Was it Straylock? He's retired. Who was it? Oh well. But these can look kind of good because they attack at an odd timing that you just simply surprise a Zerg player. And then sometimes they look really bad because they are prepared and they just absolutely squash the push. But it looks like this one's going to get to third base.
Wasn't it TD? No.
Yes.
Well, third base does get taken down. Marine's a little bit low from that splash damage. We'll see if he continues to advance forward or not, but there is, of course, another pantry being started up here to the north, so not a big deal, but definitely something we'll want to take care of eventually.
If Nerchio just had Lings already out and about, this would not have been a problem. You would have been able to chase the medevacs that were holding the tanks and the queens and hopefully be able to take it down. I mean, look, he's cleaning it up fairly well here. This could have been the situation if he just had the Lings out at the nice timing.
Yeah.
Fortunately, he didn't. He lost his 30. That's rebuild it. It's going to delay his economy a little bit. But it delayed Goody's economy a little bit, too. I mean, he got a later third because of it.
That's very true. But Goody's still insisting on trying to make 2 bases a thing. It's... Let's see if he actually transfers that or just keeps it here. I mean, he is going mech this time, so gas is going to be fairly relevant. Again, reminding everybody that these gas guys just got less than they do in Heart of the Swarm.
But more than they did in the beginning of Legacy of the Void.
Yeah, it went from, what, 2,500 to 1,700, now back to 2,000. Clearly, this could be fixed with a double harvest mod.
Totally. It's the magical cure to everything.
I know this is so lame, I've got no reason to haterade on it, but like, I don't get why they're pushing it so hard, you know?
Well, the hype around the article... Okay, the jobs are pushed off. And the Banshee. Okay, it's Banshee. The hype around the article was really convincing, honestly. Like, they made good points, they had good explanations, they had, you know, images and GIFs to help out, and it sounded amazing, and people just... They still say that it's amazing, even after watching the show matches, or even without watching the show matches at all. I don't know what they're talking, but... Or playing it themselves, when people who play it themselves or watch are like, yeah, it looks a lot like Heart of the Swarm, like, what's the difference? And they're like, well, it's not about, you know, seeing the obvious difference, it's about, like, you know, better games all across the board. And I'm like, StarCraft 2 has a lot of problems, and fixing one of them barely isn't going to make it this magical fix-all game, so that everyone's going to crowd to it.
Well, I'll chase off the Overlord here, try to secure his third. Unfortunately, this does leave him fairly exposed, and Goody, who has not chosen to play Bio, doesn't have the best standing Bio units to defend with. Those Blue Flame Hellions potentially, though, are going to look really nice.
Certainly.
Strobel brings it up in chat, so I'm going to use this time to chime in on it. Guys, if you haven't seen the Take TV Indiegogo, is about $2,000 till we can go. We're the $17,500 reward, and I would absolutely love to go to Germany, not just for Homestory Cup, but to meet some of you guys. So, if you got a couple of bucks you want to throw into Take TV's event, by all means, please do so. I mean, yes, we have our own Kickstarter. We should advertise that, but we're doing really well with ours, and I would love to go to Germany, guys.
You know, European fans.
Well, that's all the Europeans nearby fans.
Well, Europe's like, you know, you can get to anywhere in Europe, right? So
I guess you get like trains.
Yeah, whatnot. Well, this push was I think a lot faster than Nerchio was expecting. It's not even 150. Just it's supply block to 125. That's what it is.
Well, he demolishes the creep tumors, which is quite nice. But this push, can it push to the wind? What's he sitting on here? 12 banelings, 11 roaches. What happened to Nerchio's army, man? Just all died? Is that a larva?
It never really existed, to be honest. He thought he had a lot more time, so he just got up to 70 drones and 4 bases, and yeah, it's not working out so well. The banelings do a surprisingly good job cleaning most of everything up, so he might just barely hold, but at the cost of all of his mutas, the cost of most of his queens, and of course the 4th base.
There you go. Kills the queens. Nicely done. This will slow down creep spread. It'll stop injects temporarily. Lots of good moves here out of Goody.
A couple mutas might be able to clean everything else up, but he's going with roaches as opposed to bringing the Squirrel Crawler forward. Funny. But he took a lot of damage from that fight. And while Goody's third was a little bit delayed, I don't think he... I think he's okay. I mean, production per mech is slow, so losing an entire army is never good. You usually want to keep on pushing more. But he did a lot of damage.
Yeah, for sure. He's attacking towards the south, continuing to use the drops of these tanks. Kind of funny to see, because these do require a considerable amount of attention. APM and whatnot. Something Goody's not exactly known for.
I'm gonna go ahead and invest in a burrow. Either gonna start using burrow like tactics to harass, or
Just burrow the
he's
drones.
figured out. Oh well, that's true. Yeah, that's just a useful skill to have, right? Making carriers, but if he had gotten something close with it too, I'd expect him to try and abuse it when it comes to the straight up engagements, like going into the tanks and whatnot. But he's not, and he's going into Hydras and hives to be Roach Hydra Viper.
My favorite thing is when you burrow the drones and they leave thinking they kill all your drones because they weren't looking. They just unburrow and walk away.
I love to preemptively burrow most of them. So they're like, oh, she only had like 4 drones here, and I'm like, psych, 24.
No, dude, here's what you do. You just with Protoss, they hallucinate probes, so they think they killed all your probes. Then you bring them out of the basement, you've still got 25 probes.
The basement?
Yeah.
If only there was a basement. Like, why isn't there a basement to a bunker? They kill the bunker, think they're all gone, and you lift up.
Well, I mean, where else are you gonna go hide?
Like, why can't you go into a supply depot? They house supplies, right? They has like all the
Dude, it's
food.
like, why
so you
can't
should
you
be able to
walk-
go into it.
Why can't you walk through a factory? You can literally see through to the other side.
Dude, you'd be able to save SCVs that way. 5 SCVs to a factory, hop on, and you lift off.
Not only that, I'm thinking more like SimCity, like you're trying to walk through, but
Oh.
I don't know. Anyways, the attack of the third is very real. It's a lot of overseas soaking those hits for the mutas. Roaches did not actually get a lot done, leaving it just to the Hydra. So the Hydra should be able to break this. Coming with a couple of Thors and tanks trying to get up to the top of this ramp, but while this goes on, he tries to secure his third. We had a small attack attempt down here to the south. However, 2 Hellbats are getting kited by this Hydra really well.
Yeah, I love how the Hydras have to be scared of the Hellbats. That's fine.
So a little unfortunate. I thought I was going to leave the one Bro Roach to block out the base, maybe just like F2 or something silly.
I think so, yep. Well, as we stand right now, Nerchio's still not in a great spot. He's the one that's recovering. What you really want as a Zerg player is to be the one setting the pace and attacking and forcing the mech player to be uncomfortable. Here it's Nerchio's more uncomfortable. But Roach Hydra Viper is very strong. If Goody's going to try and hold up on 4, eventually 5 bases and go into air, it's not nearly as strong as it was.
Yeah,
Point
upgrades are
defense
separated
drone
too.
nerf. Yeah, that's right. The upgrades are separated, and of course, Vipers are really damn good against air now.
Did you hear that lawnmower on my side, by the way? Or?
Not really. I thought I heard like a buzz.
Yeah,
but I thought I was
okay,
imagining.
They're just doing neighbors here, but they'll be doing everything, so probably filming into after this game. Cyclones being brought into the fray are kind of cool to see at the moment. Not the greatest, only one.
Blinding Cloud, Blinding Cloud, Blinding Cloud! Good, 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 good!
Let's go for abducts and blind clouds. There we go. We get those bad boys on lockdown. I think the delayed blind clouds isn't too bad because it really screws with the way the tank AI fires. Pardon me. But looks like he has got it. He's cleaned up. He's pushed through the middle of the map. Goody has lost pretty much everything, down to 33 supply. He's trying to make 4 tanks, 4 Marines. That's not going to happen, my friend. Or 4 Hellions.
That was pretty damn good. That certainly brought this game way back in Nerchio's favor. I mean, he's up 70 supply. I think he's just going to win off the bats.
Yeah. Even a secret message going out. Hits the Roach, not a big deal. Vipers can't attack the command center that's burning, sadly. And man, Goody now locked down to 3 bases. This, before we were talking about possibly even taking a 5th, but now for Goody's sake, can you possibly even take a 4th?
Probably not. Probably not. I mean, Nerchio just has to wait for his Vipers to get that energy back. That's what he was missing out on, and then he'll push in again. There they are. They're all not quite full, but they have enough for a couple of key spells. Getting even more, because that's what you do in Legacy of the Void. You don't get 3 or 4, you get 7 or 8.
Well, Blinded Cloud on top of the Planetary Fortress, top of one of the missile turrets. This will give him a lot of free range to just get damage done in, what's one like a 15-second time period? 10-second time period, even better. Point defense right now the Raven? Nope, not gonna happen. It's a really good anti-Hydralist defense, but looks like Nerchio not focusing on the SCVs, did catch him and cost him in the end. And now it's his army that's gonna go down. Blinded Cloud's coming into play. Maybe he takes out enough of the tanks and retreats, but this is getting a little bit messy for Goody.
Yeah, that wasn't the cleanest fight for Nerchio either, but he's the one that has double the supply. cares
Yeah.
if it's messy.
He had money previous that he could remax with. Sadly, he doesn't have any money left anymore, but that won't be hard to accrue over time as he's still mining on several bases. Last couple tanks are going to go down, and I mean, Goody's going for Thors. I don't think this is a bad idea, but this is not what he really needs right now.
No, why is he going for Thors?
There's not enough mutas for this to be a threat.
Maybe he's expecting a muta transition after losing all of his units?
That'd be so sick. Like if he parked them in the bottom left on purpose to hide them this whole time to do that, that would be the sickest play out of Nerchio.
But he's not. He's going back into Roach Hydra. He's gonna keep pushing this button, man. And he doesn't have a lot of bank, so he does have to be a little careful about taking engagements. He still has a fairly big army. And as soon as the freaking Banshee's cleaned up, he'll have mining again.
Stupid cat. Go away, you're so cute.
Oh.
She's like grabbing my arms so like the camera's jerking all over the place now. It's like, get your claws out of me, please. You're super cute, but you hurt. Yeah, it's like, oh, hey, Graham, you need to do this really important thing today, but my cat's on me, so that's not gonna happen today.
Oh yeah, I say that all the time. The cats, I have 3 cats in my bed at sometimes, and then I just kind of, you know, sleep around them, and it's kind of uncomfortable, but God forbid you move a comfy cat. They're so cute.
They stop purring, they're just kind of pissed off. They're like, the fuck did you just do? But hey guys, good game's gonna go down. I think Goody finally realized just how out of hand this was, and Nerchio will take a nice 2-0 lead here in this best of 3.